Okay, I split the recording real fast so we can have different episodes. I'm thinking more episode-ish because I record these and put the archives on YouTube. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
hello, hello, hello. He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Pop my back real good there.
Hey, hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on. I'm not mentally prepared.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Let's go. I don't want to talk to these fuckers. Once we're in, we're going down again, baby! The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back until we settled all this. We couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Oh, it's different. It's Moontown. When I see you all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
The worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Wait, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me.
I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, blah, blah, blah. Class trial. I would love to save the data. I guess we're in the back half of the game, is what the whole moon shit is trying to tell us. Let's set our skills. Let's make sure I have this one. Reload 2 bullets at once. Okay. I guess that's everything. Let's go. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Yeah, fucker.
Was that?
Wah.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Thanks,
Who
Jill.
are you calling a murderer?
I love that Jill is like the de facto trial member now. Like every
I am
time it's
sorry
the
to say,
trial, she's
Hiro,
like, yeah,
but
it's
we
Jill
do
here,
have evidence.
cause fuck having Toko. Toko's just disgusting.
Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or? Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yeah.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Okay, so the blueprints. I mean, looking at the blueprints, yeah, it's weird. His
Everything we
handwriting's
found in
fucking
your room.
awesome, which is weird.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Oh,
that you
fucker!
are the culprit.
No! God damn it.
I don't know anything
How
about
do I
that
make it go
stuff.
faster?
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
I thought
Hiro,
I
why?
forget that the gun has
Why did
so
you
much
kill them?
like lag on it.
Hold on a second.
It's fine. We get to hear it again, I guess. We get to hear the lovely voice
Everything we
acting.
found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, the
Yeah, I fucking got it that time. That's bullshit.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this.
Take a look at this.
It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Yeah, she definitely is supposed to sound like Frieza.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Like one of the buffer form Friezas, though.
So Makoto, are you
Not
saying you
smart
just think
enough.
Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Why? Well, she's easily convinced.
The suspicious individual
She's-
hidden within
she's
the suit.
She's mad about it.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
It was Hiro. And of course he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The one that must have been in the suit, it was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
I like the Illuminati,
And
yeah.
there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Yeah, that's
So
what we're
you're
saying.
is,
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have
Is
to
it a
make
bold
such statement?
assumption? Not
You do
really.
have a reason, yes.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
A proper all thing. Yeah, he's
so what
clearly.
is it?
It's very
What needs to be
Gilgamesh.
clarified.
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
I don't know why this is
Makoto,
important.
can you
It's
tell
not
us what they
important,
were?
actually. It was the dolly.
I got it!
The dolly and the tarp. Yeah, give me the tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
And the dolly has blood on its
Later,
wheels. It's
when
not
Taka's
like.
body reappeared in the
Oh
repository.
no, Tiara! Internet, please!
So did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
What?
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
No, it's got
She's
blood on
raised
its
an objection.
wheels.
How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from
I
you
solve
anyway.
every case. Fuck you, nobody. I'm
have
the
all
only
accepted
person
the
in this
fact
room with a
that you already
brain.
understand what is going on around you.
Yes, being so mean. What a. Yeah, she did it. I'm telling ya. Oh, good. A new element. What's the deal? Reloading. I'm gonna add one more ingredient. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. It will now cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Fuck. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the rest of the okay. Great. We're gonna have to fucking do one of these.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Ah, just fucking
I cannot
spam.
agree.
This should prove it.
It's the blood stain. Dummy.
If you're asking
Goth
for proof that the dolly
Umbridge.
moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
I don't know why that was important, but sure. Does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then
Then
what
what?
kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain what, the
What kind
occupant
of
the suit
robot was
couldn't
it?
possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yeah, because it can't bend. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Let's just
Now, keep
hear what
in
they have to
mind that
say.
The dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do
Is
over.
bend over.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think
I don't think I get it. Durr.
As we know, Taka was
I like to
killed in
hear the whole
equipment room.
thing. Like,
And from
obviously
there,
it's
the
bend
body was
over.
moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in
But it's nice
mind
to
that
hear
the
all the
dolly doesn't
dialogue.
have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No,
Bam.
it's wrong.
That's wrong.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
Blood's about in here. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. You can't bend at the waist.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly
Bend
with your
over.
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Especially in that amount of time.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit,
It'd make a
it's
ton of
very unlikely you
noise
would
and
have the dexterity
yeah.
to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
There's no way.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
No, you couldn't do that because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
Well, yeah, Jack, I don't know if you were there or not, but he can't actually get it off. His arms don't bend all the way back there. Why would you make something you can't take off? Yeah, I still think that that line was meant to clue us into the fact that it's Celeste. Because, I mean, Byakuya just told me And he didn't say like, oh yeah, I told her too. And Byakuya doesn't go and blab this shit to everybody. You don't really have a choice, blah blah blah.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by
Of
himself,
course.
I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
right.
And he's stupid, but he's not that
So-
stupid.
It's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body,
Seeing
it
these
couldn't have been
sprites
Hiro in the
from a
robot
different
suit,
angle is fucking
correct?
with me.
No, wait.
And then they're like kind of
Just a
squashed.
second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good
He's
look
just
at it,
laying
did
on
you not?
him.
The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Fumi seems very... I thought this at first, but I didn't say anything. But he seems to be very clearly holding the arms up, and it's
If whoever
laying
was in
on
that
him.
suit is not the culprit. How do you explain that?
Also, how would you have time to take that picture? It's insane.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt?
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
But he couldn't have physically done
Hold on a
it.
second.
It's still far too early to reach that
It's way
conclusion.
easier to say that somehow there's things wrong with her evidence
Besides,
than
there's
just say
no
that it's
hurry to
him.
decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
Wah
Maybe we'll
wah.
uncover something new.
Roll credits. Series of unfortunate events.
Pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Yeah, why would you
Plus,
not
maybe
take
we'll
as
get
much
to
time
find
as
out where the heck
possible?
Kyoko
Why would
was
you
when
not just
everything went down.
never solve the murder and just hang out? Well, I mean, obviously you have to solve it at some point. But, like, there's no rush.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so that was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
Robo
It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Yeah, Celeste told us to go somewhere.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Yeah, Celeste led us around again.
and then
What was that? It was downstairs. Hifumi! It's, oh no, we have to go
At
back.
that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Fucking
I left
Monokuma.
Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor.
I
to let
can't
the
believe
others know what
Monokuma
had
announced
happened.
the body discovery thing when there was no body. He wasn't really dead, it was a lie.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Body just got up and it danced away.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Yeah, this is fucking
Then
confusing.
we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room.
And he couldn't. Oh, he's fine.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies. After some time.
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Okay. We're almost back to parody with reality
I think that about
now.
covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Yeah.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Thank you.
From
Break
there,
it down.
we can uncover the
break it down for
contradictions
me.
surrounding
You
all
gotta.
of them.
I need you to break it down for me.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of the case, I have to find them, no matter what. Monokuma File 3. Alright.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So,
Alright.
regarding Taka's
We've only got a
death,
couple of things to
I
check,
wonder
so
if he died before Hifumi.
it's kind
Perhaps
of. I
it
just
was
gotta make
after?
sure it's the right one.
We already know what order they were killed in.
I'm gonna
Taka
say
came
it's the second thing.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh, not the numbering. Fuck you then. Was the other one? I don't know.
Regarding Taka's death,
The numbering
wonder if he
contradicts
died
the.
before
It says it doesn't. The
or
numbering
perhaps
doesn't
it was
matter.
after?
Whatever. Well, this is the
We
order, I
already
guess.
know what order they were killed in.
What? Wait, was there another one that I didn't notice? Can I choose
So,
different truth
regarding
bullets? Am I
Taka's
missing
death,
something?
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Oh, I've forgotten one of
Because
the
of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
insane, like,
It's true that Hifumi was
modifiers
killed
of
with
the.
Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's
What the fuck? Okay. Control food fast forward. Weak spots. Truth bullets. So I just have this one. Truth bullets will be automatically loaded according to their order. What the 2/? That's fucked up. You can use that weak spot as a temporary truth bullet later in the argument. Oh, fuck. See, I forgot about this thing. I forgot about... Okay. See, once again... There's one of the 17 different mechanics they fucking shoved at me.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
Wait, was it... Did it have to be a... Okay, a target, it has to be a weak spot. Okay.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Okay.
What makes you
See, I just fucking forgot about this mechanic entirely because it's
numbering of the justice
fucking
hammers.
insane.
No, it's wrong.
Stupid. Stupid, dumb.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Yeah.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Well, there's the time. What about the fucking watch? The busted watch. Oh god, Hangman's Gambit. Wrist. Oh, this is a fucking terrible minigame. Eh.
Now I understand.
Just awful. That graphic's great though. That flashing and breaking graphic, I really like it.
Wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
I wish I could just pick it.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Yeah, he knew the exact time in a room where there was
so
no...
if it wasn't
Yeah.
broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened
Ooh,
around
good
7.
finger pops. Sorry, you can probably hear those, but oh, I needed it. Fucking, getting all tense.
That's right.
Sit when my
was
hand
killed
sits on the
before any of
mouse
the
for a
other
long
incidents
time,
took place.
starts to feel weird.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Yeah,
That's
it's stupid.
exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Yeah, that's
Now,
pretty
if
smart.
Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's
That's
true.
With him, at least, we're all safe.
So now we have to figure it out. Huh? What was that? Came from downstairs. Hifumi!
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't just
Duh.
go making stuff up.
Yeah, just
Anyway,
saying
we
random
all have
shit.
rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
But
he
maybe
does
he
not
wasn't
stop
dead.
There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. And then
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
the disappearance of Taka's body
We
from the
get it.
equipment. At
I
that
know
time,
what
we
happened
were all
already.
gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
The pacing of this is weird because
in the equipment room the whole time.
while I'm doing the investigation, I'm figuring out who did it, and by the time I finish the investigation, I'm like, okay, I pretty much have an idea of who did it. But now I have to fucking listen to them go through it,
Then what
and
if
it's
Genocide
like, oh,
Kill did it?
they
She could've
have to
dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
make all of the make all the assumptions and come to all the conclusions I did, but it is
Even if she could
the
pull that
slowest
off,
fucking
there's
pace
no way
possible.
She could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
I just wish this would win a little
Because,
faster.
As we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his
I guess I
body
could just
disappeared.
mash through it all, but that seems lame. I like listening to them talk.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On
Yeah,
the other
no one
hand,
can fucking move
Hiro and
Hifumi.
Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
Really, you think Kyoko could have moved fucking...
So what now, Kyoko?
You think
For
she...
now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In
Yeah.
particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Yeah,
That's
he
true.
got up and he
We
danced
searched
away.
everywhere,
We've
But we
discussed
couldn't
this
figure out
already.
how
Well,
to
I
explain his
have.
body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Yeah, couldn't have been for more than a minute. And suddenly, as soon as I left, he took his cue. I mean,
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Sakura is the only one who could have
Man,
done it.
yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
And Hiro was still in the suit, so
Well,
he couldn't have done it.
What if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Are
How?
you gonna fucking introduce another
If the dead
mechanic into
body
these mini
were
games?
to move itself.
It's the best. Huh?
Dead body moved on its own?
No, not another.
It's so weird to me that he's scared of ghosts when he's a
I don't think it has
sidekick.
anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
You're the occult guy. Why are you scared of ghosts,
thought
you
Hifumi
idiot?
was dead,
You fucking
but perhaps in
goober.
reality, he was still.
He was
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to click that
Are you
fast.
saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Broken wristwatch. Well, it looks like I'm gonna
Are
have
you
to
saying that
absorb
when we first
some
found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
some evidence here.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What? I'm sure the body announcement was only made once. Oh! So I was right. There was one that wasn't. Yeah.
Saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
Okay,
No.
broken
It is
wristwatch.
impossible.
It was
Hifumi
someone
was dead,
else.
Without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along
Well,
with the
thank
rest
God
of
we
us.
cleared that up. I was feeling a
Hifumi's
little...
dead body had been found.
I was
And
feeling
that
cheated
is
by
why the
Monokuma when
announcement was
if he
made.
would have done that.
Are we
That's some
really
bullshit.
so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What? Broken wrist? What? I guess I just don't know what I'm doing. Well, fuck me.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Well, let's
No.
absorb this
It is
then.
impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Fuck! God, this is the part that's like confusing to me because I'm like, well, which way is it supposed to go? Where exactly? What is their insane logic of what
No,
things
it is
go
impossible.
to what? Let's see. Is there anything else I'm fucking misremembering? Oh, I can take these.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And
God.
you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead, and that is why the
Are we really so sure about maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery?
Okay, I've got. It was only made once. They're discovered almost exactly at the same time.
Are you
Someone else's
saying that
discovery.
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along
Along
with
with the rest of us.
Hifumi's dead body
Had been found.
Yeah, fucking thank God.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there
There really
really
should have been two announcements. Thank you. I thought I was going insane. I thought I just forgot that there were two announcements because they were talking about Hifumi's body announcement. I think we only heard one.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go
Very
into
sensitive.
too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh?
Oh no, Lappy, please.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later,
He won't make the announcement again. Exactly. Which means
That's
that
true,
the
then
second
why
time
was
we
the
found
announcement made again
Boomy.
later on?
Thank you.
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Ding dong. Body. Yeah.
It seemed weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were
If I had
actually
played this
rediscovering both bodies,
closer
the
together
announcement shouldn't
between the
have played.
time of when I first saw the murder life stuff, then I probably would have
And in
put that
reality,
together sooner.
When the two
But I was
dead
very,
bodies
I
were
will have you know, I was very
rediscovered, one of them
confused.
was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it.
Dun dun dun.
There's one other thing that
I
leads
told
me
you
to
he got up
believe
and he
was
danced
still alive
away.
in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom! That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Well, it's not, sorry, I'm eating ice. It's not pointless. We don't know who did it. We established that Hiro could not possibly have done it because of the way his body is physically incapable of moving in there. Anyway, there's the fridge. The fridge with the blood. It's blood.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Ah.
And the next time
Oh, sorry,
we
I
saw
didn't mean to
his
do that.
body, it
Got
was
mad at
in
me.
the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
Oh.
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Okay, so that's what.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of
That's
course
clearly
not.
the thing to go
It is
for.
impossible. This is ridiculous.
I get it. You're the killer. Could you telegraph more?
Well, here's one thing we do. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the...
But when you compare his body before being moved and his
Okay.
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
But bam! Fucking finally a normal prompt. Not trying to wrap my brain worm
In
into
fact,
knots.
There was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the
My
repository.
brain worm is working
His
very
glasses.
hard.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Yeah, the
When we
blood was
found
splattered
Hifumi in
all
the
over his
nurse's office,
glasses.
His glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
It was, yeah. Yeah.
I got it!
Cloth.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yeah.
And whose digital
Chubby
camera
baby
was it?
bubby
Hifumi's,
princess.
of course.
The character was Princess
Yeah.
Celeste from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Yeah,
See
none of
your
us
point.
have
And
the
only
right
people
kind.
here who wear
like,
glasses
no.
are-
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky
course
piece
he
of garbage
wouldn't.
like that.
And
is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
yeah, exactly.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is...
I see.
exactly?
Doesn't get it at all.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own
And he
2
got
feet.
up and he danced away.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse
Copious
becomes possible,
corpse.
wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Yeah, it was Hifumi.
I got it!
Durr.
Only have been Hifumi.
I'm slowly making my
While we were
health
all
back
gathered in
here.
the nurse's office, he
From
went
my
to the equipment room and
stupid,
took
dumb
Taka's
brain.
body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Yeah.
That means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah. Wow. Why could you not be
If
able
you're
to
having
believe
trouble,
that?
Would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be
I'm
revealed.
sorry your computer is taking a big poopy, Tiara.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Yeah, the fucking, where is it? Aha.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
In his fucking pantaloons.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Pants?
Yes, his pants.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look
Pants
at what
aren't
the note
important.
says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different.
Okay, at least he's smart enough to know that
note
it's a little
said-
different.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Sounds like there's a plane outside or something. I don't know.
Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words,
No,
the killer
obviously.
got in touch with another person besides Hiro.
He would have gotten in
And that
touch
person could only
with
have
would have only have been Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
I gotta get that
That's
health
right.
back.
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh, good. We got an objection.
What's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Oh, just to be clear. Yeah.
Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. Oh, we have to do another one of the... Okay, okay. I was saying, I didn't want to have to do another fucking rhythm game.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Okay. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's when I need to clear up.
You had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Bam! TikTok on the clock, but the party don't
No,
stop,
There
yo.
absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
I see.
Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
And then they tried to
Well, when you put
hide
like
it
that.
when he...
No further objections.
Then
Aw, thank
someone
you,
used
Jill.
that note to trick
Jack.
Taka.
It's
Just the
not
same as me.
consistent.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
It's the little scrap of that. He was holding it in his hand. You guys didn't see it? Or you stupid?
I got it!
Well, you got
When I
no
searched
brains
Taka's
in your
body, I
brains?
saw that his lifeless hand
No
was gripping a
brains.
small
What am I
piece and writing
saying?
about this.
Oh, I
The
clearly
sheet of
need to
paper
lie
this
back
piece
down.
came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Yeah.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
Death
leaving
grips.
behind only one small scrap.
What?
Did I get all that right?
What?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
What's the bones coming out my mouth?
Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
That's my favorite Death Grips song. I know people like Guillotine, or maybe like some of the other songs, but I like I like Hustle Bones.
For sure.
Hey.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, he's not.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to me being vindicated.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true
Food.
killer.
Oh, there's food upstairs. I really should have
He was
eaten
killed
before
in the
I
repository.
before I
So he
started the
must have
stream.
been killed not
Oh,
long
boy.
after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Dun dun.
But me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Walrus! Don't say that about her.
Anyway,
I love virtual cookies.
But there's something
I love.
that's been
Actually, that's
bothering
not
me
true.
even
I love
more.
disabling virtual cookies. I love turning them off.
And what might that be?
Wah wah. Yeah,
The
it's like I
weapon they
said.
used to kill Hifumi.
I think I'm hilarious.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, The way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer.
Oh, I love
back where
how
they
she's
found it.
still pissed off. You can still see the silhouette of her pissed off sprite.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Fucking
I'm
spiky and
surprised.
everything. That's
It
awesome.
seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
No, it's not. It's a magic
He's
8-ball.
though.
It's
I don't
rolling
understand
around.
either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms,
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands
There's like a
on
bunch
either
of
the
planes
hammers?
going by outside. This is so weird. Or maybe that's a helicopter? Doesn't sound like a helicopter though. It sounds like a plane. I live close to an airport, so it's
Personally, I
not
haven't a clue.
unusual to hear airplanes. But at the same time, it's like, who the fuck's flying? Like, for one reason or another, like, why are fucking 4 airplanes taking off? Maybe it's, we also have people who do crop dusting, because there's lots of farm shit, so maybe that's what it is,
So
but
which
it's
hammer was used
winter,
to
I
attack
don't know.
Celeste?
It's very
Number
weird,
1 or
very,
number 2?
very strange.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Well, you don't know a lot about hammers then, do you? Airplanes.
Then
I like the airplanes.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but they're
so then,
the fucking
what was
hammers.
used to kill Hifumi?
It was actually used to kill Hifumi. Won't become clear until I tell them that it's the hammers. The hammers from the art room where they were in. It's... Oh god, stupid.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
The spotless hammer.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Let's see.
whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Ooh, another good
Sounds
finger
like a
pop.
Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
One thing seems pretty clear.
This is
The
fucking
murder
wacky.
weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
The Justice Hammer, no!
No, that's wrong.
You're good, dude.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all.
Yeah.
It was something completely different.
But seriously? A
That's
different
wrong.
weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was
It's
most
gotta be
likely
Celeste,
because it
right?
was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered
I mean,
in
Celeste is
Hifumi's
the one
blood,
who
of
discovered
course they
the
would have to
Earth.
clean it off.
I think they said earlier that Celeste was the one that found them.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones,
Some as big as your head.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Or just took the clearly missing ones and painted over them. Which is way more likely.
That's true. That would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Yeah,
So
there
the
is if you're
idea
a
that anyone
fucking
would work
coomer.
together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Hifumi is not smart. He has horny brain disease. At least that's what we thought, but Hifumi is fucking insatiable. Okay, so I probably need to find a new piece of evidence, huh?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one
Yeah,
person is
it's
complicit
fucking
in the
pay
murder,
piggy.
only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Yeah, okay.
In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Thank you. Thank you for us addressing this.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true,
It is simply impossible. No, that's wrong.
Fumi, yeah, Hifumi had to change his avatar. That
Since there
motherfucker,
were
there's
2
no way
murders,
that guy
it's at
made it
least
all the way
plausible that
through.
more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
Brr. Brr indeed.
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
I mean, I feel less bad for him now, because at first I thought he was just some pathetic Dorcas who they were gonna keep alive the whole fucking game to harass me, which fine, whatever. But now he's fucking killed Taka, one of my favorite characters.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
Ah, thank you for the follow. I have no idea. T Gundam's XL scarf. I don't know. I don't know anything about Gundam. I don't know. That sounds like a very specific reference to a specific Gundam. But thank you for the follow anyway. I appreciate it.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Taka's great.
Saying that
Everyone
2
loves
people could act
Taka.
as each other's accomplices
He
to commit
deserved
2
better.
separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime.
1 second, I gotta, get that alert.
And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
Yeah.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
Yeah.
Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents.
Maybe that's why the
It only
room's
looked
different.
like one person
moon
because that's how the
business.
true killer designed it to look.
Dun
A single
dun.
suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances,
Yeah, that's a fucking
they
plane.
made
What
it
the
look
hell?
like one person was
Are they like
behind
doing
it all.
passes? I'm very confused.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
I've always wanted to get into Gundam. I've just never gotten into. Oh, the character. Oh, never mind. I don't know who this guy is.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful.
Awful.
Be so cruel.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
It's almost like they hated him in particular. Must have noticed that, which is why she said not to look at this series, blah blah blah. Excuse me while I eat this ice. Getting a Gundam. Sorry, I'm thinking about cool robots. I don't know this boy you're talking about. Not yet, anyway. Clearly I will at some point. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this. It's like she's a super high school level detective or something.
Who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
True Killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Yeah. Let's fucking get her. Oh, I should have gone the other way. Ba-bam!
Here's
Shoot
my
you to
answer.
death.
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
You are a very suspicious individual, Celeste. I don't know if...
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
I love to eat ice, munch, crunch.
So what you are saying,
Because I have
then,
no
is that
brain
I specifically
cells.
chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardon.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I knew it. I knew we were going to get a breaking point where she used her
Just to be
real
clear,
voice.
There is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Fucking screaming to get us to go places. The screaming. Oh. Oh no, that's not... I guess they both encountered the suspicious individual, but still. They both screamed to try and get us to go somewhere.
Suspicious individual in the suit.
They did both do that.
The only ones
I just
who
didn't
ever
read the
actually
other
saw
options.
Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
What?
Sorry.
Excuse me? You've made no deductions. I'm sitting here have to tell everyone everything. I'm the person who figured this out in the first place, and they still treat me like garbage. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, how about I shut up and I let you decide and do all the investigation and shit, and just let you decide that fucking Hero did it and get us all killed. How about that? I've saved our lives. In this case, particularly. Like, sure, maybe you could come up with the other one. This one in particular, I saved your life because you were so
As
convinced.
he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
And I said the right thing.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
You turn on your incognito tab.
Everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Oh, so, whoa, getting us to go places.
We headed to the
3-card
second
Monty,
floor
I told
specifically
you.
Because of what she claimed to have seen.
If they don't make a
Next,
reference to
draw us all
3-card
to the
Monty,
physics
I'm gonna be
lab up
upset.
On the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
What's wrong? They saw... Yeah, that seemed like ridiculous. That crazy person, he ran away.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Byakuya. What a piece of shit. Oh, and then the screaming. I told you screaming to get us to go to places.
It was to get
Find
us
the
to divide
queen.
into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Dun dun.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Dun dun.
And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
It's
That
really
was to signal
bad.
Hifumi, wasn't it?
Oh.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized
Got you,
another strange
bitch.
thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Wilhelm scream. I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Yeah!
We wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I've been telling
You
you.
were with
What am I
Celeste when
trying to
Hifumi's
tell you?
body
What, you think I'm
disappeared, right?
lying to you?
Yeah.
Eh?
I was
Jesus
feeling
Christ.
kinda sick, so Celeste
Don't look what I
took me to
do
the
for you
bathroom.
people.
Wait. Then that was.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Mistake.
Did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it.
Oh, but I did. I
Looking
said
back, can
it.
say
I
that
said.
one little slip up was
Oh,
your
I said
undoing.
this. I mentioned this. Tiara, tell them. Tell them that I said this.
What
When
are
she
you
said it,
talking about?
I recognized it because I knew it was gonna happen. I'm like, this happens in all these fucking detective shows when they say, like, oh, specifics about the case that have not been revealed to the press.
I'm talking about
When you
what
said after Hifumi's body disappeared. Yeah. Oh no, this isn't the one. Oh, fuck. Well, it wasn't this one.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed.
Okay,
So
maybe
Sakura
I
and
didn't.
Once we were in the hall,
Maybe
we
I
ran into
didn't say
Celeste,
this
and the
one.
4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
I didn't say that one. It was something
I see
else.
what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
It means that
Hear
she knew he was already
Everyone's having
dead.
some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. No, dang it, Tiara. Oh, maybe it was when you were having computer trouble. Anyway, I mentioned she mentioned Hiro having built the costume before I or Byakuya had told her, because Byakuya doesn't go around talking about shit, and he told me specifically to thank me for making the case interesting. I'm not leaving. I'm smart. I got it. I put it together in my brain. Okay. I need to find some...
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this.
It's obvious, isn't it?
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What? What are you fucking talking about? What? Excuse me?
Shoot!
It's those guys. She didn't know they'd both been murdered, and that's what's so I have to
All
fucking...
I said was,
I did it
They must be really
backwards.
enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
and that is all I said.
Fuck
That's all
you.
it takes to finish this.
Fuck
It's
you,
what was
fuck
so
you.
strange about Celeste's comment?
I should not have to do it in rotations. Having to take one after and bring it back fucking sucks.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positively lit. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys.
So strange, stupid. I do alright, but
That's right.
some of it's
There's
bullshit.
no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Some of it's like confusing because it's hard to know exactly what they want you to say, despite knowing intellectually, like, oh
She
yeah,
said that.
obviously
None of
the
us had
suspicious
told her Taka
thing
was dead.
is that, but it's
Exactly.
hard to
And we
articulate it
didn't
within
run
the
into her
game.
Until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right?
So she could have been
dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know
We
that?
can all just vote. We can all just vote for you.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Yeah, the picture that's incredibly
How do you
suspicious.
explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
The incredibly
It has
suspicious
to be some
picture
kind of setup,
of
right?
God. I can't imagine mean difficulty.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
No, dude, you got
Yes,
knocked
Professor
out.
Cotton. You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Well, why would a murderer let you sit there and take a
Simple.
picture?
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other
Oh no,
explanations than the
gents,
one
I'm just
you've
playing
offered
on
us.
normal.
No, there is no other explanation.
I feel like it's the right amount of bullshit. Because in a game like this, it's hard to have difficulty that isn't just seeing through the puzzle. Like, you just literally have to see through the puzzle to understand what to do.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi
Oh,
away.
jeez. Pat and Wooly are live now? Dang.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect
Yeah, they've been starting
away.
super late. Yeah, it's only like 4-ish for me.
That's certainly within the realm
Best
of
Coast
possibility.
Gang.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've
I do
simply been
remember
led to
that. I
believe
remember
that it's
those
the other way
days.
around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther.
Because if he
If
is
you
in the
saw someone
costume,
wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
yeah.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
When he's really a fucking moron.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Okay. Prove it. Oh god, here we go.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
So I'm the bad
Like
guy.
I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
No way!
Okay, so it's the costume. Because Hina said she said that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out.
Yeah.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and
So
had
it's either
him
the
carry my
costume
weight.
or the
You tried to
blueprints.
make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous.
Pew, pew,
As you
pew.
can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Okay, good. That was the right one. I was gonna be mad if they made me pick the blueprints specifically. Because we already know.
No. Even if
We already
the
get
person
it.
inside
Come
the
on.
suit were unconscious, they could still
Frankly,
stand up
I
like that.
think personally that we already get it. I think that looks not so bad.
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Totally can't bend at the waist. You would just be fucking standing
That's
up
right.
straight.
They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Hero's nice.
I'm not so sure.
He's just a
that was
dummy.
mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame. Well then,
Nya, nya,
I
nya,
suppose
nya,
this
nya,
is
nya, nya.
checkmate.
Whoa.
Boom! What
Boom.
do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us
love-
as he lay dying?
I love the barely contained accent. It's really good. Like when she's clearly very stressed, but she's trying to keep it out. It's really funny. Yeah, Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense.
You're
making things more
stupid.
complicated.
You have no brain.
He did say Yasuhiro.
Yeah, she's a great
But are
character.
we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
You said people's last names?
I got it! That's
Like-
right! Our last
like-
names! Called
Yeah.
us all by our last names!
I bet this is reversed.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Yeah, he said that all the fucking time.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Random chance.
Don't talk. That was fantastic delivery.
No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on.
There's one
There's
person
one
it could
person
apply
it could
to.
apply to.
Because we don't know fucking Celeste's
that's
real
Celeste.
name.
She never actually told us what
I
her
didn't
real
even think
name
about
is.
that. I just thought he was trying to say more things.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
I don't know.
Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then
I
fill
love
us in.
her like pissed off
What's your real
mom
name?
voice.
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I have to do something. I have to do a bad minigame. Fuck. Okay. E-handbook. Ah ha ha ha.
Fumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it!
How long do you plan
upside
to go
down.
on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict
Bam! Blat blat.
That's it. The handbook.
Yeah, 3 bullets is plenty for me.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Oh, lose it.
So
It's
all we
important.
have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Why would you refuse to cooperate?
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it.
I'll
Let me
tell
go
you
over
what
the case
happened.
again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Okay, good.
That'll bring everything to an end.
These look so cool. In this case, how did the killer recruit their accomplice? Was it seduction? What the fuck? Why is that there? Well... I'm confused about this. Let's just move on. Oh god. Okay, so... it would probably be him bowing here. What time did the killers call the victim into the rec room? This time. Who is it the killers summoned first? Would have been, poor hero. Poor Yasuhiro. And they had to put him in the outfit and take the picture. Wait. Falsify their evidence. They use a certain item to do it. Okay. Bam. This is way easier. Oh, I'm so glad I can... I got sick of her because shit. I couldn't handle it. What time was Taka supposed to head to the equipment room? At 6 o'clock. What number was it? It was number 4. Yeah, I'm very glad that I learned about this because at first I thought I just had to figure out it on my own and click and like put the things in, and I didn't know that clicking on them would give you a hint about what the fuck you're supposed to do. He got clocked at 6. He was supposed to be there at 6 and he got hit at 6. Don't worry. Fumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. Wait. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. There's Hammer 2. Look at him go! If Justice Hammer was in the nurse's office, that was 3. And then they're both dead. Hifumi used something to move Taka's body. He moved him with... Fuck. Oh, wait, that's the... That's what this is. I thought this was him bowing. Okay, we'll get back to that eventually. Oh, there's a dolly. Weapon, it was this weapon. Okay, well, let's see what the fuck this is supposed to be. I guess food? Or maybe it was... Let's try this. Oh, it's fucking mean. Ugh. I can't believe you would play mean mode. I would die. But yeah, I was basically doing that like prior to this session. So the last time I went through the case, I didn't know you could just click on it for a hint. So having to guess from context was a fucking nightmare.
You!
The killer
Before
is...
anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Anyway. Okay, we're good. Oh, it was a handshake.
Hifumi.
That's
With an
fucking
accomplice,
weird.
The killer was able to execute
Look
a
at
number
his
of otherwise
goofy
impossible
face.
schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Ring.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him...
That's nice. That is a lot less guesswork.
They drugged him, knocked
Thanks,
him out,
Gamma.
and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
I'm very excited about 2. I cannot wait to get to it.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Cannot believe Taka went down that easy.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
I guess fucking Hifumi has plenty of force to
The
go
murder weapon
behind
was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room.
all those
The
swings.
reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story.
Yeah.
The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Dun dun.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and
Magical
Justice
girl
Hammer 3
transformation is so good.
and turned the room into a crime scene in which he
Bang!
himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Oh, you know I like sweets. It's one of my
He let out a
defining
scream to draw us
characteristics.
back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
Oh yeah, poor Tiara.
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
That shit's the worst.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape.
Little
When
fucking
we
pay
learned his body had
piggy.
disappeared,
Do your
we all went
job.
back to the- and once again,
Oh, I'm
Hifumi
fucking
had the
skipping
chance he
things.
was
Sorry.
waiting.
I'm just
This
getting
time-
mad at this little man. Fucking look at him. He's
He
just
wrapped Taka's
absolutely
body in a tarp
monstrous.
and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Dun dun dun.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
God, these segments
And
look
they did
really
it
good.
using
I
an
really love the
ordinary,
art style.
everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Look at it. This is amazing. Dun, dun. Yeah, and it's even. Oh my god, they even did the colors.
You lose.
Oh, it's so good. It's like a fucking. That's amazing. This is the best. This is a great case. This case is awesome.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yay. See, that I'm okay with my performance on that. It could have been a little better, but I... Is she gonna admit she's a vampire? Yeah. I felt pretty good about that case.
Okay,
I feel like I
Monokuma,
deserve that A.
I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
I know this fucking voice.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Oh, if you would, please
Sorry.
locate your lever
I'm sorry.
and
I'm
cast
so
your
sorry,
vote.
Monokuma.
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
I'm starting to get to the end of my
Will you
rope
make the
here.
right
I need to go
choice or
eat
the
something or else I'm
dreadfully
gonna just
wrong
like
one?
pass out.
What's it
I'm not
gonna
gonna pass
be?
out. That's
What's it gonna be?
what's it gonna be? That's an awful exaggeration, but I do need to go eat something because I forgot to eat lunch because I'm dumb. No, I don't think she does. I mean, she might. Yeah, check it out. Let me see. Let me see. I like to know. It's very mysterious.
It's basically a formality at this point. But once again, you're totally correct.
the black in this time. The true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I know, normally that's not me. Normally, I'm the person who's like, I can't believe you forgot to eat. I'm a fucking fat ass. I eat all the time. But today, I was just doing stuff. I was ordering a thing online for Christmas. I was catching up on podcasts. I went and walked and everything. And I forgot. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use... you know. I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. The vampire scene. Here we go. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean, yeah, we know who she means. There's no traitor. She just took her. Her in quotes.
Say what?
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad. Yeah, good for her.
In other words,
I mean, and good, like, it seems everyone at the end is willing to not spite people, except for Sayako, who I don't believe that at the end she was like, oh, I have to save them all, it's not fair. Like, no, that motherfucker wanted revenge on Leon. She is the cold-bloodedest out of everybody, except maybe Jack. But Jack's a fake personality, she basically doesn't count. Then you're the one that stole it? That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan that you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. I thought when she said her, she was talking about something else. A specific body part when she said her. Whoa.
Oh, what are you doing here?
actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay with this?
Oh, she's Tatsumaki. Okay. That's interesting. Taka did it. What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier, and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Ah, so it was him. But how did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
Huh?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night, unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
Aw, Hifumi. Aw, well... He's kind of retarded. But he clearly... He clearly was trying to do the right thing, sort of, despite his horny brain disease. And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean...
Taka is going to try to kill you,
indeed.
and so he can keep her to himself.
That bastard!
Unforgivable!
Bastard!
Honestly,
He can't, he's fuck baby. Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? See?
I swear, I
Ah.
will save her!
I have to save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens, I have come up with a plan.
Huh?
I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But, when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
It's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. I explained it to Hifumi. The plan was, while you were all questioning about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt it. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. Yeah, hopefully we can get a little more Sakura talk before the night's out. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end,
So you, had planned to kill him all along. But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Robux. Oh, look at it! Look at the thralls! Look at them! Oh my god, just fucking Dio shit. Together, handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers slash bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. These fuckers. Look, that one looks like Byakuya. The one on the right there. Looks like sort of oddly like him. And then Kameda is right next to him. Anyways. Yeah, reverse vampire harem. That's what life was all about. Yeah, big vampire. Yeah, Barry Taka. It seems sort of obvious that they're supposed to look like the people here serving her. Because she just sees people as a means to an end. That's pretty Kino. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge,
There
but
is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end. So why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
And that's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You'd just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Probably not. I'm guessing that's a big no. Celeste has been found guilty. So what is it gonna be, a big roulette wheel? Or is it gonna be dice? Oh, it's a... Oh. Oh. Yeah. That's not what I expected at all. There you go. Man, this is such a stylish game. I love the way it looks. Versailles. Oh, well, at least she didn't burn to death. That was gonna be super gruesome. I didn't really want to have to look at her charred corpse, but getting hit with a fire truck is pretty good. Way to go, Monokuma. You did it. Yeah, I know, right? Come on, truck explode. Aw, I wanted the truck to explode for no reason. Action movie style. It's over, and somehow way less horrifying than both of the previous kills. There's the big fucking car crash. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So, anyway. Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez, what do you mean? What did I do? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later.
See ya.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what is that key that Celeste gave you?
So,
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh? Wait, then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and
Hey.
said, I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone? Because it'd be
So-
stupid if we all went in together, moron.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Or, sorry, that wasn't... Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
And it's up to you now.
Yo,
Oh, yes, I think, Gamma's gone already, so I didn't get to hear more of it. But yeah, I'm doing the Patrick Warburton for her because obviously she's supposed to sound like Frieza, but I wanted to add a little personal touch, you know? I gotta go above and beyond sometimes, okay? Huh? So, Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah,
So then,
we need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. Jin? Right over my head. And his locker swung open.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I wonder. It's safe. Thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I just did what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I just stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please, wait just a little while longer.
So, now we can officially say, the case is closed. Yeah, case closed! Epic second reference to case closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me here. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during our clearly I'm losing my shit. It's been 4 hours. It's time for me to go. Oh boy. Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No, I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing. And where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me this crazy story. What the fuck? Oh, what happened?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could she be really right? What the fuck? What's happened? What happened? Way in the back. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? I mean, there's obviously, we can physically see the outline of a secret door. Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, thunk. At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a secret room. Whoa! Well, this is the secret room, but what's in here? There's a bunch of files and what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file on the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had the chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand it if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? It feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh no! A strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then... darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. Ugh. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ugh. Ow. Apparently something hit me, and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh no! All the bullshit! An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone! The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Well, this is fucking turning into something. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? What? This is going nuts. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. What is these noises? Oh. Sakura's training. For me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. She's fucking Sans Undertale. Forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal. The deal.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Oh, she's got fucking brain mind control.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with
Oh,
this,
poor
right?
Sakura.
You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is a next generation legend? Stand tall, galactic hero! Chapter 3, the end. Jesus, we're just fucking going through them. To be continued. Well, I'm gonna say that's to be continued for us right now. We got the Super Robo Justice. It wasn't something from a dead person. Raw. Yeah, let's save the data. Thanks everyone for coming out.